I met my first teacher in 1988. This was a path leading to where I wanted to go. I lived in Amaravati and Chithurst monasteries in England for about 17 years, and I will always be very grateful for the excellent training and support we received there.
I've had an interest for many years to see a monastery for women, for nuns, having lived in mixed monasteries in England and knowing that there are many that are set up just for monks and very, very few that are set up just for nuns.
In England, the women were always, by default in a secondary position. It was not possible to take full ordination as Bhikkhunis. There's a certain element of hopelessness in that, and a certain element of resignation, really. And I just didn't want to train myself in those qualities because I had been, ordaining as a nun in order to free myself.
The seeds of Saranaloka really began with the first retreat that several of us attended, where there were both monks and nuns, and one of the senior nuns was at the end of the food line. So that image really struck home for us, and we recognized that we didn't want things to be like that. That began the discussion, which led to us forming Saranaloka to support the nuns in England coming over here to teach and to eventually live and hopefully now to start a monastery.
It was during a solitary meditation retreat that it became clear to me that in order to fulfill my intention to establish a training monastery, I would have to take full ordination myself. And in order to take full ordination, I would have to leave the lineage that I had been part of for so many years. It meant basically potentially losing everything. It's a difficult path because it is a revival of something that was established by the Buddha and has been absent in the Theravada tradition for almost 1,000 years.
If women want to take full advantage of what the Buddha has made available, it's simply, Bhikkhuni ordination is the answer.
We are now seeing the re-emergence of the full and proper place for female mendicants within the holy sasana of the Buddha. It's been a long, long wait. The impenetrable wall of opposition submerged their history, eclipsed records of their wisdom and teachings, and made invisible their lives. In short, this wall of resistance attempts to control the full and radical nature of the Buddha's true inheritance.
The moral arc of our present age moves towards social justice, towards such values as reciprocity, mutual respect, and appreciation of diversity. This includes a call for the contribution of feminine voices. For Buddhism to unfold its potential, it has to be nourished by feminine perspectives, especially on social justice and care for the natural environment. The values we need to tackle these problems resonate well with principles at the heart of the Dhamma, and these are also values that are well expressed by the feminine point of view.
The women of the Dharma now carry the banner of the Dharma into the 21st century. We bow to your perseverance and dedication, to the depth of wisdom and love that brought us this day, and to the gifts that you as women carry for us, for the world, for the future of the Dharma. Thank you.
After taking ordination, there was this sense of finally coming into a more full alignment with the Buddha's intention.
Now we don't belong to any lineage other than the ancient lineage of the Bhikkhunis, which has been founded by the Buddha himself. And we don't anymore belong to any particular lineage of a master who is contemporary or who has maybe just lived in the last century. So we are basically on our own now in that sense. And that brings up lots of feelings of inconfidence sometimes, but at the same time, it is exactly what I wanted to become aware of my feminine conditioning. And I'd like to use this opportunity to rise up and meet it and transform it.
Aloka Vihara is the house in San Francisco where the nuns live and where they welcome visitors.
So we need to really bring the right attitude to our practice and see it as, the Buddha is pointing to a way of freedom, a way of deep, true happiness. The Buddha is pointing us to the deep happiness that we find in our own hearts, regardless of the conditions around us. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Dhammang saranang gacchāmi.
Dhammam saranam gacchāmi.
I would like to ordain, to take full ordination. At the moment I'm a novice. My main duties would be helping the senior nuns in basically running the monastery. When I came, I was very moved by seeing the nuns being able to perform a leadership role in a monastery, and just a way of holding the hierarchy that seemed to me far more skillful.
I've been doing the practice for about 35 years. I help the nuns, particularly in things that their rules don't allow them to do, and also help cooking, receive donations. It's such a wonderful way to live. Everybody having a clear intention of being honest and being generous and being kind.
There isn't this divisiveness between monastics and lay people. It's completely symbiotic. The monastics can't live their everyday life without the community support, and the community comes here because they can't receive the type of Dhamma teachings anywhere else.
It's really helpful for me to kind of have the ayahs here for me to put out all these questions to them and to see what their thoughts are. And some of my experiences they've been through.
This community is special to me because of the sisters. The women I've dealt with in my life tend to have more of a heart sense. This is the piece that, really needs to be addressed.
They fill in a very important niche in the Buddhist community. Right now, my Sangha is headed by monks, male monastics, which is wonderful. But when I hear Dhamma talks from Bhikkhunis, they complement the Dhamma, some of the Dhamma teachings. So with the male teaching and the female teachings, I feel that it's just an entire wholeness that makes the Dhamma completely understandable and heartfelt.
So there is this relationship of interdependence between the lay community and the monastic community, where without the support of the lay community we wouldn't exist as monastics. We can only live in places where we're supported, where there is an interest in the Dhamma, and people want to support the monastic sangha. And in return, we share whatever we can of our practice and insights that arise through our practice, and also in making a space for people to come to.
It gives a certain feeling that one is part of a bigger whole.
So in order for the nuns community to grow and flourish, it can only happen with the support of the lay community.
Greetings to your husband.
So I envision a monastery where women can come and train as nuns. It wouldn't be only a monastic community, but a place where also lay women and lay men can come and benefit from the sacred environment that develops when people live together and practice together.
We would like to move into a rural setting. I hope, that this style of living can provide a way to live in harmony and live close to nature and basically listen to nature, what she has to say.
We have community beach cleanups on a regular basis. And as we do this, we keep in mind not only making it clean, but protecting the birds and the creatures in the sea, in the ocean. Each time we pick up plastic, it's, may this benefit the birds, may this benefit the fish, may this be a source of safety to the creatures of the ocean. We want to offer the example of simplicity and renunciation as a model that people can live by. Not that everyone has to shave their head and give up everything, but to know that you can still have joy in your life without having a lot of things, and that generosity and compassion can be a much greater wealth. Anagarika Maria took seminary ordination at Aloka Vihara on September the 29th, 2012. She's now called Sister Jayati. This is very uplifting for us, as it marks the first of the new generation of nuns in our community, supported by Saranaloka Foundation.